Right, everyone, listen to this. We're doing an angry podcast, right? We're going to be angry. Judd, show us how angry you are.
I'm fucking fuming. I'm so absolutely beyond belief of how angry I am that my natural calm, as you can see, has been completely obliterated. I am furious.
Do you know what is angering me right now? This camera angle. You are not gifted with cameras, are you, Judd?
I'm not. Hold on.
You are not gifted. Judd's camera angle is awful. It's getting me angry. Oh,
I hate myself. I hate myself.
That's somehow a little bit worse, actually. You need to just tip it down just a little bit. Tip it down just a little bit. This is great podcast material. Right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful camera angle. The Wi-Fi is decent, so he's not pixelated everywhere. The audio quality's alright. Look at this. Look at us being pros.
It's almost like I care about this podcast. I don't. I'm saying it's almost like that.
It's almost like it. Nearly.
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Right. So, this is a special podcast because me and Judd agreed, not just after we finished the last one, that he was going to pick all the topics for this. So it's going to be great. He's promised me he's going to be prepared. So here we go. Right. What are we talking about today, Judd? I just saw the word daddy in chat, and I nearly called you daddy when I said that.
What are we talking about? That's awful. You know what? I mean, on any other day, I probably wouldn't have topics because I can't remember you saying. I think you're punking me.
I am punking you. That's what's happening.
Okay, but actually, why don't we talk about the newest installment of FarCry?
Sure, that's a video game for people who don't know. So if you don't like video games, then tune out now. No, but it's a video game.
Yep. Good. That's it.
Right. So the thing is, right. Here's how FarCry works. If you don't know, it's a long-running series from Ubisoft, the creators of Assassin's Creed. Oh, look at me being all informational. I feel like I'm working for fucking IGN right now, or fucking Game Ranks, whatever it is.
I'm working for Watch Mojo.
Working for Watch Mojo, yeah. But it's a long-running series, and it's quite a popular one. The first two were not as popular because my reason is they were absolutely fucking terrible. Even though people who've gone back and played them seem to like them, I think they're terrible. And then the third one just turned a corner somehow and was brilliant. It was really good, and that's how it gained notoriety. It's a first-person shooter open world game with a really sort of good emphasis on story.
It's the story in that game, isn't it? It's the story, and obviously as well the guy playing Montenegro, I think his second name is, just fucking absolutely carried the game as well. Yeah. He was such a good villain. He was so good. I do find myself every now and again just typing in onto YouTube like Far Cry 3 all parts and just watching him and just going, wow. Oh my god, it's so good.
Well, so there was that, and then I think, if anything, it improved a tiny bit for Far Cry 4. Not by very much, because Far Cry 3 was amazing. But Far Cry 4, probably a bit better, I would say.
Yeah, I got Far Cry 4 to, I think it was 96, 97% completion. Like, I almost 100%ed it.
Yeah, it was a brilliant game.
And
so, yeah.
I loved it. Also, the main villain in that, Pagan Min, was also really, really good. Maybe just a little worse than Farce.
But overall, because Far Cry 3 tacked on this kind of like other villain as well as the best villain, it was just a little bit weird. So anyway, they also had, up until that point, a couple spin-offs kind of things that were kind of not really meant to be proper full games, but they were still considered pretty good, I think.
They had Blood Dragon, which I didn't play Blood Dragon, but I watched bits of Blood Dragon and I thought it was great. It was just like a big parody of sort of like 80s movies like Tron and stuff like that. A lot of synth-wavy kind of aesthetic.
Yeah,
and,
it was supposed to be quite good, that. And there was Far Cry Primal as well, which was supposed to be like, alright, type of thing.
Yeah, I didn't even look at anything to do with that. I was like, what? No guns? No like it.
It must have felt like a massively different game, but we've only played the main series, I think. I'm not sure if you've played any other ones. And then they made, well, do you remember when the trailer for Far Cry 5 dropped, Judd? And we were like, oh, that looks sick. That looks so good. The trailer looked amazing because it was set in America, which was weirdly an interesting setting for Far Cry games. Because normally they're set somewhere.
Isn't it? It's in the title, Far Cry. You're a far cry away from like home and civilization.
Yeah,
so
it's like
to have
normally
it almost
they're set in somewhere like Africa or Thailand, or, somewhere that's like different from the West.
Yeah, it was weird to have somewhere that was basically like on your doorstep, not kind like of. Actually, but like you're in your country. I mean, not our country, but you're in the protagonist's country. It was a setting that they were basically familiar with.
Yeah, it just looked really cool though, because it was to do with all those like sort of culty level Christians and that. So that just I thought that was going to be really interesting, but well, turns out no, it was actually fucking awful. It's such a stupid game. I hated it. And thing is, you watched some sort of thing of it, didn't you? And said, "Oh, I think it's the best one so far," but you've not even played it. And then, I told you about it, and you kind of had to concede, that does sound terrible, actually.
See, thing is, though, I watched things of it, and I was only watching like the sort of the best bits, not the. I didn't go through all the shitty missions and all that. And then also, to be fair, when I saw the ending, I was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Well, I just wanted to mention real quick, if you're not interested in video games that much, don't worry, the rest of this podcast is going to be worth listening to, but we like games, it's something to think about. But so Far Cry 5, for example, I would rate that game maybe a 3 out of 10. Still looks nice, there is some fun to be had with it, but it is definitely not good, definitely worse than average, probably even worse than that. So IGN rates that game 8.9 out of 10.
Yeah, well,
it's just wrong. It's like
you are simply just wrong.
It's so wrong. That's how wrong it is. It's made me go.
That's yeah.
So, oh god, what's Spicy Coconut saying? Brand in Foken Hell Yul Dom Poet. What? Speaking a different language. Judd, do you want to know what this is? Do you want to know what this means?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. On most channels, if you were live streaming and someone spoke in a different language in their chat, they would get timed out for that because they don't know what they're saying, so they could be saying something bad. But honestly, in our chat, you can pretty much say whatever you want. So
it's not us saying it. We're not going to get in trouble for it. So
I've just Googled that message to see if it would try and translate it. Oh, and it didn't come up with anything. Yeah. But turns out. I went on to Google Translate and typed it in. You know how you can get it to detect stuff? It's detected the language as Afrikaans, and it means. Well, I'll read. I'll read the direct translation.
Okay.
That Google says, "Burn a fucking hell, you stupid pussy." What?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
that's pretty on brand with us.
That's
pretty on brand with us, having an African woman tell us to burn in hell. That's fairly on brand.
She's African, but that's quite a common occurrence around these parts. Yeah. But anyway, so Far Cry 5 doo-doo game, massively overrated. Then they made a spin-off based on that, where it's kind of something happens in that game that's quite big and would change things a lot. The thing is, the problem with that is, if they want any more games set in the Far Cry universe, which, to be fair, we don't know if they're all set in the same universe, because they're all not really connected.
We know that 3 and 4 are in the same universe because of recurring characters.
Right.
I don't know if there's any recurring characters in 5. I think there might be references to other events that took place, though.
that just the fact that 3 and 4 are connected means 5 probably is as well. But
Yeah.
the problem with it is, spoilers for the end of Far Cry 5, right? Spoilers here. Don't play it anyway, it doesn't matter. Basically, a big nuke goes off in America, which would change the entire world, wouldn't it? So that one crappy game has changed the entire landscape of Far Cry games from now on. And there's a game that's set in America after that's happened. Never played it. It's a spin-off one, so I'm not. And I was even less interested in playing that one because it was, Far Cry 5. But Far Cry 6 has been announced.
It's been announced. A trailer came out for it, and I think it was said to be coming out. Was it February next year? Maybe a bit later.
Which feels fairly soon, but when was Alexa? When did the game Far Cry 5 come out? No, nothing. What? She doesn't even want to talk about it. Alexa, when did Far Cry 5 come out?
The game Far Cry 5 was released 2 years ago on the
22nd
of March 2018 around the world.
So 2 years, I suppose, is an alright turnaround time, but it's not massive. It's shorter than normal for Far Cry games, isn't it?
Yeah,
normally they're like, 3 or 4 years, I think?
Yeah. They were doing it. They were doing Assassin's Creeds like one every year at one point, though, weren't they? So,
yeah, but when they burnt out on that very quickly. Do you remember the disaster of Assassin's Creed Unity? And then they were like, right, okay, every 2 years. They're like, we need to calm down.
Because it was just getting fucking silly.
Because think about it. They've got Watch Dogs, they've got Rainbow Six, they've got Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. They've got a lot of IPs they need to keep going with.
Did you watch the trailer for Watch Dogs Legion, the new one?
Yeah. The concept of that looks stupid as well.
Okay, but did you know that the trailer was directed by the guy who did Into the Spider-Verse?
Was it?
Yeah, that's why it had those like weird camera angles and all like those, like when a gun would be fired, it'd say like bang next to it and shit like that.
It's cool. That was cool, but the idea for the game sounds dumb to me. Like, the fact it's kind of like XCOM hardcore mode style, where if your characters like actually die, like if you're, how like if you get in a gunfight on a game like GTA and you get killed by the police, you'll just respawn and all that sort of thing. On this, no. If you die, that character's dead then, and you have to like get a randomized new one to join your squad.
Which, to be fair, it could end up being good. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's going to be bad. But like you said before, you're gonna find it harder to get more attached to characters because you've not got a reoccurring person to get attached to.
Well, that's the thing, right? People try and be different and always think that, oh, right, that's different. As in, oh, right, that's good. No, it's different. That doesn't mean it's good either. You have to actually think about whether it'll be good or not, because, like I say, what's the reason to do that?
Yeah, it being different doesn't mean it's going to be bad either, though.
No, it doesn't. But I can see more reasons for that being bad in this game. I can see more reasons why that sort of thing doesn't work in this type of game than like something like XCOM is perfect for it, but something like Watch Dogs, where it is very story based, like imagine if they did that in GTA. I just can't see that being a good thing for Watch Dogs. But anyway, Far Cry 6, I can't even remember how the trailer went, but I don't think it looked very hopeful, did it?
It starts off with basically this little, I think they're Mexican. They're like Mexican or Cuban or it's somewhere over that way. Hold on.
Somewhere in South America. It's set around there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Yara, which is a tropical paradise frozen in time. That's all we're getting. Oh, Caribbean. It's a Caribbean island.
That's like a more normal setting for Far Cry and a cool one at that. So I'm not mad at that.
I thought it was more Mexican. I think that's just because of the guy who plays the main villain and his son,
which is the only thing that I really want to talk about, in that he's played by an actual actor, and which has been done before. Like Kevin Spacey was in a Call of Duty game. Notice how I said film, because it just feels like a film then. But it's like, why would you ever do that? You can always make a character however you want them to look. You can make them as menacing as you want. You can make them look, you can tailor them perfectly. yet you want to bring us out of you want to bring us out of the story a little bit. You want to bring us out of the immersion a bit by putting someone who you recognise from real life in your game. I don't like it when they do that in movies. Never mind when they can literally make anyone look however they want. I think it's such a dumb idea.
What's annoying is that they've mocapped him. So what's his fucking name? It's
Gus
plays,
from Breaking Bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the guy who plays Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. Gus Fring actor. Let me just type that in really quick. Actor. Giancarlo Esposito. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I gave it a good go.
That's funny. You leaned into the microphone and said that loud.
Giancarlo. But the thing is, they've mocapped him, so it looks exactly like him. Like, you could probably put a picture of, and it looks. I mean, at least from the trailer, it looks really realistic.
Yeah, it does. The graphics look great.
You could probably put a picture of him from Far Cry 6 and him from Breaking Bad next to each other, and you probably won't be able to tell the difference. Which, on the side of making it look realistic, that's good, but on the side of immersion, that's bad,
I'm
because gonna be sat there going, that's Gus Fring.
I can tell you more reasons why that's bad, not just because of making it look realistic. Because, right, if you mocap people and put them in your game like that, and it makes your graphics better, he's going to look out of place compared to all the other characters, more ruined, even worse. But what I think is more likely is that it doesn't matter whether you mocap someone or not, the graphics are just as good, because you can mocap someone and map them to a different model, and just make the model, use human movements, but a different, actual looking person, which wouldn't break your immersion, and the graphics on that person would look just as good as if you did some sort of scan of someone else. Because remember, these machines are only so limited. These people have to be able to be interacted with and all that sort of thing. Goro 187 agrees. They say it's all fucking true, and they're scared.
And they're scared.
So, yeah, it's just I don't like that when they do that in games. I don't like it. I think it's just a bad thing, really. I don't see any actual good things coming from that. No. If they wanted to get them to voice act in it, maybe, but you have to bear in mind memorable voices and stuff like that.
Well, the thing is, I was just going to bring up...
They're more scared of GMOs. They're saying 9/11 was an inside job, and Area 51. Fake news. Yeah,
well, just
those are all things. They're just saying random Trumpisms, aren't they? Really, I get it. I've seen Trump rallies before too. I've
seen them. I posted them. But what I was going to say is on a flip side of it is Stephen Merchant, who did the voice for Wheatley in Portal 2, is fucking brilliant, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
The thing is, I think someone else, some other voice actor, could do just as good a job, and we wouldn't notice it was them.
I didn't notice it was Stephen Merchant.
Look, we control this media. We do.
Yeah, we do. The
Damn
Jews.
right. And Twitch.
And also Twitch, But yeah. I think Stephen Merchant did an amazing job as Wheatley, and it took me a while to actually find out it was him doing Wheatley.
No, I noticed straight away. He did, but the thing is, that's the other thing. This guy who plays Gus, I don't know his actual name again. He
You want me to pronounce it again? For you?
I'm sure he will do a great job. He will, but it's still not as good, and I just don't understand.
Giancarlo Esposito.
It costs more money, and it's not quite as good. So it just doesn't make any sense. And it's even worse in games than in movies. Yes.
Also,
Goro's telling us that it's very important that 6 corporations control the media.
Okay.
Good.
Keep it up. You're doing
good. Nice one.
Fair
good
enough
job, corporations.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
So, have you any other complaints about this Far Cry 6 trailer? Venus, we've been on about it for nearly 20 minutes.
I was just going to bring up how his son, because there's hold on, Giancarlo Esposito is playing the main villain, but the guy playing his son is Anthony Gonzalez. So
Anthony Gonzalez.
For the people who don't know, was the voice actor from the main character from the Disney movie Coco.
Yeah, I've just looked him
So
up.
yeah, so he played Miguel in Coco, and I was just looking at some.
Oh,
Go on.
sorry, go on. No, you say.
I was just gonna say they've not made his character in Far Cry 6 look like him in real life, like they have done with the guy who's playing Gus Fring. And I was thinking, well, why is that? And I've just sent a picture to Jake, and I was gonna say that is an ugly fucking kid. You don't want him on the front of your game box pulling that face. Could you imagine?
Look up that kid. Look up what is Anthony Gonzalez. Callum78 Fortnite says hi, Judd.
Hi.
Hi. Are you Anthony Gonzalez in disguise? Callum78 Fortnite.
I'm not going to do that accent, actually. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, don't do that. But anyway, have you any more complaints about the Far Cry 6 trailer? It just looks like more of the same shit from Far Cry 5, which I didn't really like, to be honest. I hope they go more Far Cry 3 with it, and
just
it's the thing is, it's the gameplay they needed to sort out mostly. It's the gameplay. There was some stupid ass gameplay stuff to do with Far Cry 5, but then the story, the characters weren't as good. They were trying to be too artsy with it, rather than just being actually menacing, and it didn't work out. So
yeah,
I think that's all we have to say about it, really.
I was going to say that, just one more thing, that we've not had a villain that sort of just... I mean, Father Joseph was kind of like this, but he still had his moments, that was sort of really calm, do you know what I mean? Like, really calm, and felt just sort of gave off this aura of you know,
this
like,
menacing vibe.
This menacing vibe. Like, Vaz was fucking bouncing off the walls with it. He was just like, you know, all over the place, being like...
Hoyt was like your typical gangster.
Yeah, Hoyt was just like, he was your South African cunt.
And like, Pagan Min was kind of like charismatic, sort of.
Pagan Min still had a lot of outbursts and was very
Pierres putos. Why the fuck do you think I'm Godzilla? No, not Godzilla.
Gonzalo.
Sorry, we're just talking about this. Right, Judd, I'm moving on from Far Cry. That's enough of that.
Right, okay.
Look, but at the end of the day, we'll probably... one of us will probably buy it and play it. Yeah. So, you know.
That is true.
As you'll not be able to see, Judd, but the stream can see if they're watching live at twitch.tv/gamesbadly, or they might be watching not live on YouTube on the Games Badly YouTube channel, but they can't see it if they're listening on Spotify or Apple Music or all many other podcast places.
My Discord went a bit weird then. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, that was just a little ad. But yeah, I've had a fresh trim, Judd. Apparently, also Inaki Pereira 15 says they like penis, but they're saying it in Spanish, or something like Spanish. I don't know. Callum78 Fortnite says me big PP. So I'm glad they translated for us. But yeah, I've had a fresh trim. I went to the barbers. You went to the barbers as well, didn't you? But I had much more hair than you, and now I have much less hair. So. How was your barbering experience? Because they're open again in the UK, but they haven't been for long.
It's going to the hairdressers. Actually, for me, it's like a really I just fucking love it. It's like my guilty pleasure. Yeah,
it's weird because that's only the case if you find one you like. Because I went to one before where like I did like it, but not, you know, I weren't. It felt like a chore. But when you find one you like, I agree with you.
No, I really like the one here, and I always go in and I.
Well, I'm glad you did say it. I can't remember how much it is, but I basically Callum just Fortnite.
Look at the board for all the different things to do and go.
We need some lovely PP messages in this chat.
Because I'll just go in and I'll have a skin fade, I'll have my haircut, and then I'll have my ears trimmed as well with a straight razor and like a hot towel shave. Then I'll have my weird fucking neck hair shaved.
You do have weird neck hair.
I'll have. They'll coat like these earbuds in wax and then stick them in your nose and then wait for the wax to dry and then rip them out your nose so it takes out all the nose hairs. I have that as well.
You get a full fucking treatment.
Yeah, I have the full thing, and then they like get a load of aftershave all over the hands and like just beat the shit out of my face to smell nice as well. And I get everything done. I think the total like ends up being £18, but I always give him 20 just because just.
Well, I go to like a posh
dirty
place.
slave man.
Oh no! Can we say that? Well,
probably not.
Probably not.
He is not. He is not white. So let's
legal reasons. That's a joke. Well, yeah, I go to a posh place. So my cut, because they give me student price, is £12, and it would be 14 just for like the haircut. But it's a good place. Like they've won awards and all sorts. And when I went in, it was obviously there were only 2 barbers there because they're not allowed as many at a time. They weren't wearing gloves, which I thought was probably normal actually, because they kind of would need to feel the hair and that, I would guess, to be able to do a good job. But they were wearing masks. There were a couple of weird things that happened when I got my haircut. For one, they had like a tiny museum in the corner of this barber's, which
different people's hairs.
no. Of the hair trimmers that go, them of those. They had like a tiny museum for those where they like had handheld ones that weren't electric, and they'd got like loads of different examples of them. It was like I don't know, it was quite good.
I really wanted to just be sort of like different kind of locks of hair, but
that would be funny. But this one barber, like I normally go to the same guy who I think he might have been in your year at school, or he might have been a year above you, and he went to our school, and he recognised me. I don't recognise him at all. Don't know who he is.
Yeah, it's always annoying when that happens. Yeah,
but like now I recognise him, and I know that he went to our school and that, and like he's a good guy. But this other guy who was in the barbers as well, the other barber, Callum says that they've got a massive PP. That's good. Good on you. Proud of you. Yeah, this other barber who is also a good guy. He's a bit eccentric though, and he decided to tell me how he keeps remembering things about when he was at school that his art teacher would do, and he thinks his art teacher was grooming him. And he this was completely unprompted. He just finished cutting his own dad's hair, and then he just came over telling us about this, how him and his mates used to go round to his art teacher's house, and they'd get drunk there with their art teacher. And I was like,
all right, okay.
We're also being accused of having tiny peepees now.
It's not an accusation, that's just a blatant truth.
Well,
I'm an incredibly
I'm sorry to hear that, Judd. I think we both know that's not true. just from personal experience. Don't take that out of context.
You make it sound like we're fucking done.
No incest has happened. No incest has happened. Just comedic effect. But yeah, so you kept telling me all these things, and like, I don't know. It was just really weird how he was telling me about that, and like about like, I don't know. He made jokes about, he was making like really weird jokes about like child abuse and stuff that like you would not do to someone who you've like. I've seen him before at that place, and I think we've delivered like something to his house like just by coincidence, like them things that my girlfriend does. So. But I don't know. I just thought it was really funny and a bit strange, and it was good podcast content. So yeah, that's that. Right, Judd. Speaking of games, have you seen the new Destroy All Humans game? That looks good.
I have, yes.
Do you have any comments on it?
No, it just looks like a really good remaster. Like that's.
Is it just a remaster, or is it kind of like a new game?
No, it's a remaster. It's a remaster of the original.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you
it's
sure?
Not a new game. Yeah. Just a remaster.
Callum78 Fortnite is now saying that you've got a microscopic PP, and they've got the biggest PP in the world.
Well, good.
Congrats.
Well, bully for you.
Normally, the person with the biggest PP, it can't get erect, and they can't really use it. So just bear that in mind. Destroy All Humans looks good. Just thought we'd mention it. Maybe we'll play that. I don't know whether I would get it or not, because I've got the original one on PS2 and stuff like that with a proper TV for it, and I might just play that again. I don't know. But
fair enough.
The other thing, like something else I wanted to mention, I mentioned it to you briefly when we had to go do something, didn't we? And I was thinking about this, and because I'm not playing like a game mega hardcore, and because of the way our lives are going, we'll probably not be playing a terrible amount of games to like get into. So I was thinking about maybe, so our Twitch channel is Games Badly at the minute. I was thinking about maybe changing it to Streams Badly. In case we want to do sort of more like just chatting streams and things like that, like when we could do like tier lists or something like that, you know, just whatever the fuck we feel like, to be honest, just so it opens it up a bit. What do you think about that, Jed? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? What do you think?
I don't know, because I feel like our audience is mainly going to be consisted of people who are into video games. I feel like we attract that kind of people.
But that's not the thing. Is with that is it doesn't stop us playing games at all. Like, it's just as valid to play games. But it just means that we don't, like, I would never feel guilty about like just wanting to do a just chatting stream or something, you know. Like, the podcast is fine, but I think if we did any more than that wasn't games, it'd be a bit weird, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll think about it more. If anyone actually cares about that or not, let us know your opinion. Callum78 Fortnite is getting a lot of showing on this podcast. He's saying that we are poor and that they have 999 trillion pounds.
I think this person might be a child.
You know what? I'm getting that vibe too, actually. So yeah, that's something to consider. Tweet at us at tweetsbadly to be able to tell us if what you think about that. I think it'd be funny to have like streams badly, tweets badly, vids badly for like video or something like that. I don't know. That'd be funny. Everything badly, like podcast badly. That's the other one. Everything is badly. That'd be pretty. Like, if we ever got an Instagram, it could just be called Pics Badly.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. I would like that. Right. Here's the thing, Judd.
Go on.
I'm going to have a quick look at this. I was recently, for some reason, do you remember sort of like December 2018 when we did like, I don't know, we did a stream where was it a stream? We might have been streaming, but you came over to mine and you might have stayed for like a weekend or something, and one night we got really drunk and just listened to stuff like Mia Khalifa. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
That was such a fun time, and the reason we were doing that was like a 2018 is over party type of thing, because it was such a shit year, and we were like celebrating, "Wait, it's finally done!"
Yeah.
And but then it just got worse and worse.
It just got worse, didn't it? And it continues getting fucking worse.
I know. But the thing is, so now I'm nostalgic for that time because it was kind of good.
I know, and in that awful, in that so awful, because it was bad, and we know it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as this.
So I was listening to those and remembering that, and I thought it would be quite interesting to do a podcast where we look through each, like, all the memes of each sort of year, because there's not that many years, is there? Do you think that's worth doing on this podcast?
I mean, there's only 2020 of them.
no, I mean, like, since memes became a thing, I was thinking like maybe starting like 2011.
Yeah.
And just sort of talk about the memes briefly. Do you think we should do that on another podcast, or do you think we've got enough time on this podcast?
We can do that on another one. I think.
I think it'd be another good title, wouldn't it? So next podcast we'll probably be doing that. Right, but for now, it's everyone's favourite segment.
Fucking hell. Are we not canned to this segment yet? It's so shit.
It's everyone's favourite segment of the podcast, right? What do you want to learn how to do, Judd? Give me some suggestions.
God.
This is the WikiHow segment where we look up a WikiHow article and basically take the piss out of it, but we're actually learning how to do something, yeah?
Can we look up how to fucking kill ourselves?
How to commit suicide. How to avoid is what we can do.
No! That's the opposite of what...
There's one of them that is how to avoid committing suicide due to rejection from the person you love.
Jesus, that is very
Jesus.
specific.
God, there's one of them which is how to cope with a child's suicide. Holy moly,
that
this is
one.
horrible.
We're doing that one. We're
I
doing
don't
that
want
one.
to. That sounds
We're doing
awful.
do
How
that
to be
one.
friends with someone who attempted suicide.
Oh,
that's
this
like...
is sad.
Oh
This is
no,
just
no,
all
no,
really-
not this one.
Do one. Do
This is
one of them.
horrible. No, we're doing something else. I'm just going to type in Power Rangers. That'll cheer me up.
The logical next step from suicide is Power Rangers. In fact, I think one of them did kill themselves.
Oh. Okay. How about what? How to become a trapping ranger in Ellsworth? What? What?
What is any of that?
How to be an army ranger. How about, let's be topical, how to be a policeman.
Be very
be a police
fucking
officer.
careful how you proceed.
How to be this one's long. I like to not go for the first one. How to be a police officer in Florida. Perfect.
God, yeah, and God knows that they need them.
Oh my god. He wants to be annoying. Who does? Judd? Judd is always annoying. Right.
Who wants to be annoying? What? What was
I don't
that?
know. That's what Callum Fortnite said. Right. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Callum Fortnite, man. I'll not be so annoying.
Callum Fortnite. Oh my god, stop trying to make me contribute to WikiHow. Right. First step. Entering the movie Police Academy. I mean, it just says entering a police academy. But I'm guessing that means you need to get a role on the next reboot of Police Academy, because there's going to be an all-female reboot, of course.
God knows there will be an all-female reboot of Police Academy.
So
and when that day comes, I will slip my wrist in a bathtub. I will do it. Which is going to be hard because I don't have a bathtub.
First thing... That's the only problem with that. That's the only problem with that. Right, first things first. Meet the basic qualifications to apply to a police training academy. So
Already failed.
If you have any more qualifications than that, you're doomed. You're only allowed to only meet the basic ones. Otherwise, you look too posh.
Literally only allowed to be the bare minimum.
Yeah, only be the bare minimum ability for this. No degree, nothing, okay? They don't want any poshos in the police academy. Right. It says pass the background check, but
Again, failed immediately.
Thing is, the image for it is just a policeman pointing at a guy holding up a sign that just says "no record" on it. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's just brought in a sign that goes "no record."
That's fucking sick. Next time, I'm gonna go and apply to be a police officer, and when they're like, "All right, can we have your personal information, please?" I'm just gonna hold up a sign to them that says "no record." And you're like, right,
Just
well, that's
scribble on a bit of paper in crayon and be fine with it.
no
Oh,
record.
dear. Right, next step. Pass a physical examination. Now, it doesn't say what the physical criteria is, but
Yeah.
it's something.
If the criteria is being
Lindy the
useless
Panther is now
bastard-
following Judd. We've made it. We've done it. Lindsay? What?
Yes.
Lindy the Panther is now following. Nice one. You're going to learn how to be a policeman with us. Right, next.
Actually, guidelines say that we now call them police officers, so that we don't.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Review the different requirements for various countries and professions. I'm trying to be a police officer. Why do I need to look up the requirements for other jobs?
How to be a chef in France.
Make sure we've learnt all of those. There'll be a test, I'm sure.
How
Right.
to be a carpenter in Russia.
Well,
This will be on the
steps. One of the steps is completing the required training, so I'm glad they actually do that, because I'd be pretty fucking scared if they didn't.
Well, to be fair, we have things that have been going recently. You wouldn't know, would you?
Complete the training for new officers is the next stage. Good. I would hope so. Right, next. Complete the training for former police officers. What? What? So we have to complete the most new up-to-date training and make sure we've got that right. Now do the old out-of-date training so you can learn how to be racist.
Is that why they're all so racist then?
Maybe it is.
because
Maybe
they learn how to not be a racist in the first one, but by the time they do the final one, they're looking at like they're looking at the police academy from the 1700s.
Oh dear, right.
If you see a dark-skinned man that's escaped the plantation, beat him over the head repeatedly.
That's what police do, not us. That's
Yeah,
jokes.
not us. That is a joke. It's not a joke because that is what's happening.
It's not a joke because it's not funny, but it is a joke because we're not doing it. Does that cover anything? Right. Next step, sign up for the bat test. You have to know all your bats. You have to know all about those. Lindy the Panther's saying, I was sent a YouTube video on an 80s movie I like, and the alternate casting choices for the two characters have me confused since I don't see two actors pulling off the role. What? Well, thanks for
Thanks.
thanks for that story.
Thanks for that contribution.
What do we say to that? I don't.
Good.
Good. Okay. Next step: take and pass the certification exam required by the state. Didn't we just do this? What's going on? Also, the people in this drawing look at their hands. Not that anyone on the podcast can see, but anyway. Right. Next, review the candidate's handbook provided by the state. So don't review that before your test, because you might actually get some of it right then, and we don't want any of the police officers to be any good. So, next, seek a job. Just go looking for one in the streets
Any
by the
job.
looks of this photo.
Any
Yeah.
job.
Just
Sell
get a
yourself
job.
on the street.
The movie.
Just get a job.
The movie was Clue. Okay. Rowan Atkinson as Wadsworth doesn't fit. Neither
I don't
does
know who
Madonna-
these people are. I don't know what this movie is.
Wait, let me look. Clue movie.
You might as well be caught talking about something like fucking dishwasher repair.
So,
What has this got to do with anything?
oh, it's Cluedo the movie. And Tim Curry plays Wadsworth, and they can't see Rowan Atkinson, who plays Mr. Bean or plays, Johnny English, playing him. And then the other one is what? Again, Yvette, Colleen Camp.
I'd love to comment on this, but I truly don't
What's
fucking know
going
what
on?
they're talking about.
Oh my god! I can see. Oh my god! I'm just looking up Colleen Camp from the 80s, right? Compared to what she looks like now, she's put on so much weight. That's incredible. I was looking at a picture of this woman now, thinking, what? She looks nothing like Madonna. But yeah, okay, right. Anyway. Continuing, next step on how to be a policeman. It says, funnily enough, it says, make sure you've memorised the cast of Clue the movie.
Look at that!
What do you mean? They were helping us all along. Right.
Jesus.
The last step is obtain a certificate of compliance. And that also looks like it's been written in crayon. It just looks like a guy holding up a framed picture of something that his kid's drawn in crayon. So, yeah, I'm sure, is that how he obtained it? Did he get his kids to issue him with that certificate? Probably with how the Popo have been. Right. Thank God for that. Now we know how to be a policeman. What do you think of that, Judd?
Well, good. I know now. I do.
That's something.
I do feel like now I have to be racist. Before it was like an option. It was a bit of a funny ha-ha, but now I almost feel like I am obliged to be racist.
Yeah. Okay. Lindy the Panther's saying, I'm a movie buff and I'm also pretty random. Random lol XD. Yes, nice. Okay. Well, you're not wrong. I'm definitely not. You're definitely right. That is one of the most random things that's ever happened. Like, why? Who thinks to do that? Who thinks to leave their opinions on the casting choices for an obscure movie from 1995 on a podcast on Twitch, recorded live? That I can safely say I've never come across that ever before. Now we've got that out of the way, I wanted to complain about some more things, Judd. 85, not 95. Actually, let me just look this up. Clue movie. Yes, I can see it on Google right here. It says, I think you'll find it says 1985, just like I said, and not you. Am I right?
Good. Jake, I don't know. What the fuck even is... What is this? What is this? Why are we talking about Cluedo, the movie?
Boy is back. Well, Judd, right, I wanted to tell you about something. I wanted to complain
I
about
hope
something.
it's not fucking Clue.
No, but do you know what it is? Mortgages, Judd. It's mortgages.
Oh, Jesus. What a thrilling time. I can't be arsed with it. Can we just skip this topic? I've been trying to sort out my... I've been trying to sort out my HMRC thing for fucking ages.
Have you still not got your tax rebate? We're on adult time now. We're going to complain about adult things for a while.
It's literally those forms are fucking minefields. I genuinely think I'm just going to go to my QS and just be like, yo, just be my accountant. Here's some money.
Just do it. Yeah, I think
I'm just going to do it because it's pissing me off now. It's like, well, were you an employee during this time? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, get this number from your employer then. Okay, I go to my employer. Oh, no, you don't need that number because you're technically not an employee. You're a self-employed person.
Don't worry,
all right, back to the form. Okay, you're self-employed. How many self-employed businesses did you have? 1. Okay, tell us this thing about your business's entire incomes and losses for the fiscal year. I don't know because I'm not the business owner. Oh, why are you not a business owner, you cunt?
Well, technically, yeah, I know, it's so weird. Linda the Panther saying, my aunt just sent me a video on it today, and I was surprised by some of the things the video mentioned in it. Is it about the film, or about what we're talking about?
Are we talking about tax rebates or Clue the movie?
The most thrilling podcast. Some people have like true crime, like look at talk about true crime and it gets all like
it's not even funny anymore. I'm just crying. I hate this fucking show so much.
But look, I want to talk about cars first because our country has some stupid rules to do with adult stuff. So
yeah.
This was brought about because I was in a car park. I was reversing the car park, and I touched another car with my car while I was reversing, and that's all it did. I didn't crash, I didn't hit it, I touched it. And I've got a really big pet peeve for when someone says, "Oh, when you had that crash," it wasn't a crash. I touched another car with my car because the only thing that happened was it just like popped the bumper out a tiny bit to the point where I didn't even notice it until like I left my number on their windscreen saying if there is a problem just let me know, because I could see no problem with it at all. And they rung me and said that, or they texted me and said there was, and we met today. And I'd taken photos already. Whoa, look at that. Carson44 is following Judd. Carson44 is following us. We needed that. We needed that a lot. He saved the podcast. Hold on, let me just read these messages. They were on about the film. They lost nothing but their PP. Wasn't there also a film franchise called Police Academy? Yes, there was. I'm sure that we said that there'll be a reboot of all-female version, because, I mean, they do that. So there you go. And yeah, so it just popped the bumper out a tiny bit, and I did take some photos like when it happened, because you have to like make sure they're not going to like mess you about, because if you don't take any photos, right, and they go and mess up their bumper and say, "Oh, look at all this damage you've done," there's no way you can prove that you didn't do that, and then they can try and claim on your insurance and get like a new bumper or something like that. So yeah. I took a picture. On the picture, I couldn't see any misshapen things at all. And when I got there, I looked at the only place it could have been. I was like, oh, right, I do see what he means. And it was like nothing. It was basically some tabs had come off, and it had just sort of like popped out a tiny bit. I fixed it. I just fixed it. Like, I brought a screwdriver and I fixed it myself, because it was that like little. It wasn't. I wouldn't even call it damage, because nothing was broken. There weren't any like marks or anything like that. It was just something had like moved out of place. Carson's saying hello. Judd, we've got 3 viewers. How do I do this? How do we talk and maintain a podcast with 3 viewers? This is 3 million views.
I don't know, because
no one can surpass Bubba Smith and Michael Winslow, of course.
Physically, I am here, but mentally, I'm just gone. So I don't know how the fuck 3 people
What I wanted
watching.
to say about this is that happened, and but the thing is, in our country, that's enough to just send you into panic mode, because it's so fucking annoying. Because everyone is so precious about their cars. This was not an expensive car. It was a small car from 2007. So it was an old car, and it like, you know, it was in good condition, but like, you know, but normally people would like flip out about that and be really annoyed and mad in our country and like try and claim on your insurance, even though that screws you over so much. They don't care. We're being told that we're both mentally dumb. Yes, that's correct. But it's so, I hate that attitude that people have in this country.
As opposed to physically dumb.
Well, probably that too, to be honest.
Yeah.
How are we today? Not bad, because I actually sorted out this guy's car and didn't get claimed on my insurance. Thanks. So, but it's such a pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass. And I was lucky that this guy was a decent guy as well, because a lot of the time it might be like a Karen who just like, you know, there's so many avenues where insurance can mess you up and stuff like that. One of the ones I don't get is, how come on car insurance it's statistically okay to be 100% discriminatory based on like gender, race, you know, sex and things like that, but in no other avenue it's okay? It's crazy, isn't it?
I didn't know it was okay. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So I first insured my car. Not this car that I'm in at the minute. It could be a fat Karen. You are right. That's true. How are you, Carson, as well? At my age, I insured a car very similar to my girlfriend's car in the same insurance bracket. So it should be the same insurance. The only thing that's different between me and my girlfriend for when we insured that car, for when we're insuring a car, is the fact that she's a girl and I'm a guy. Yeah. So when I insured my car, it was £2,000. For her, 1,200. So I'm glad you're good, Carson. I was not good when I heard about that.
Now, was that the only reason, or did she take less times to pass her
She's not
exam,
passed her test. She's not passed it yet. Plus, the amount of times you pass your test doesn't affect it. So having a penis does affect it. If you've taken 20 times to pass your test, that doesn't affect it.
There's a problem here.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, your age affects it as well. But the thing is, it doesn't affect it in a way that makes any sense. So if you are 99, right, you're 102 years old, you've got half a leg left, and like you've got like Parkinson's that makes you constantly shake all over the place, and you're like half blind, your insurance might only be about £400 depending on what car you've got. My insurance is still $2,000. You know, it don't make sense. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that's stupid to do with that, and the systems are all dumb, and like, oh, it's all just ridiculous. And if someone decides to mess you up, right, and like screw you over for something like that bonnet, he could have, if he wanted to, he could have claimed on my insurance and potentially have got a new bonnet, but they would have probably just fixed it anyway, right?
Yeah.
If he'd have done that, it would have cost me a lot of. Jasmine's just sent me a message to say I'm wrong, but he could have cost me a lot of money the next time I insure my car, like as in thousands. It could be potentially thousands. I'm liking this. Lindy the Panther's just put in random movie facts in chat. Keep it up. No, fine. But yeah, it's ridiculous, right? How about this rule in car insurance? If you park your car in your own garage, right? If you had a locked garage and you parked your own car in that, and you were in your house, you weren't even in your car, you were nowhere near it, and some maniac decided he was going to drive right into your garage, through your garage door, and hit your car, you would claim on his insurance, because of course you would, and you would get a new car out of it or something like that.
Yeah.
You'd also lose all of your no claims bonus, so your next insurance would cost a lot more.
Right. Because
you've had to make a claim, so your no claims would. I have to say, maybe that's not 100% right. Maybe you know, there's more factors to it than that. But you know, there's stuff like that happens, and it's just. Imagine them being drunk and everything. Yeah, just there's so many, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you're not at fault at all, and you have to claim on someone else's insurance, your no claim still goes. How dumb is that?
It's just, I hate shit like this. I hate it so much.
Lindy's never owned a car. It's awful.
It's just stuff like this. It makes me so sick. I hear about stuff like this, the shit that I'm going through with my just trying to get a tax return. The
adult world, the
even,
systems for it is awful.
It sucks so fucking much. There's so much to do, and it honestly, it just makes me feel sick.
It could, the thing that's annoying is it does not have to be that bad. It's just that like some pricks have decided that it's going to be, which I don't get it. And cars is probably the worst thing for it as well. There's a reason why most people our age don't drive, or if they have passed the test, they don't really own a car or run a car, because it's just not worth it anymore. The big jump in insurance when your insurance goes down is at 25. So living in a city, you might not need a car as much, but it's different.
I'm literally only doing it so that I can advance like in life and just fucking get an actual job. And
that's the thing, isn't it? Lots of jobs you need to have a driver's license at least, never mind your own car. That's another thing that they want you to have sometimes too. So it's almost a necessity for a lot of jobs, which is a problem that my girlfriend's been having as well, because she's got a car and everything, but she's not quite passed the test. Callum's saying that he's a god at stabbing people and chopping off peepees.
Okay, good.
Should we tell his mum or?
Tell his mum.
Right,
shouldn't be saying this to strangers on the internet when
you
you turn.
It's just awful, isn't it? And there's a reason why loads of people don't have it. But so there's that, and then another one that I discovered that my mum was telling me. I don't know. Again, it's like I don't know much about this, but my mum sort of told me this, that when you're buying a house and you want to get a mortgage, mortgage, for the child in chat who doesn't know, is it's basically a loan. You borrow some money from a bank and you have to pay it off every month, but it lets you buy a house for a lot of money. But you can only get a mortgage that is 3 times as much as you earn in a year. Now, for the job that I'm going for at the minute, that it's looking like I could get, let's work out how much the house would be for that. That would be so that would be £54,000, but you would have to put down a £5,000 deposit. So I could get a house about £60,000. Alexa, what's £60,000 in US dollars?
£60,000 is $75,491 US dollars and 64 cents.
So there you go. But me and my girlfriend were looking at a house that is up for £115,000, right? So including mortgage and bills for every single bill, Wi-Fi, electricity, gas, water, all of that, the estimate on it was about £550 a month. So if I'm on £18,000 a year, I'll be getting at least £1,000 a month. So I would be left with £450 each month after paying all that, which is plenty. So I don't get why I'm only allowed to buy a house that's 60,000 and not like 100,000, you know? It's so weird. I find that so strange. Like, if both me and my partner were earning 18,000, we could buy a house that was maybe 140,000. So I just find it really strange. Lindy the Panther's saying, I'm an adult, and one of the bigger issues with living in a publicly owned building is that some public housing developments don't really put care on the maintenance and rise the prices for rent to make it harder to keep up with it. Yeah, because renting's a problem as well, because the thing is, if I wanted to rent a house similar to that one that I said, £550 mortgage a month, including bills and everything. Are you a spammer? What? No, shut up. And then, so if I wanted to rent that, it'd be like it was estimated between £700 and £900 a month. So, like, the fact that a bank is just saying, nah, don't really want to just let it be cheaper for you. Even they don't get anything out of that because they're not the ones that would be renting it. It would be someone else renting it. So they're just like, nah, I just want to let that guy earn more money than he should be able to earn. I don't get anything out of doing that, but I just want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come on, why are all these like sort of adult systems set up like this? It's so frustrating.
It is dog shit.
It is ridiculous. It's so annoying. It's a shame as well because this house, we went to look round it, and it's It's just amazing. It'd be a perfect first house. I'd have my own little study and everything, and it's crazy. I think I'm getting more things sent to me. She's trying to. Jasmine's showing me what insurance is like when you're old now, and it's okay, whatever. It's basically like similar to what my prices were when I first insured a car. But yeah, okay. So there we go. That's some adult stuff. Do you have any other adult complaints, Judd, of how adult things work? How about taxes? Taxes are annoying, aren't they?
Yeah, I have got a real adult situation that just pissed me right off, Jay.
Oh my! I can tell this is a joke already.
So, I'm in the Sainsbury's, yeah.
Jeez. Oh my!
I'm in the Sainsbury's, and I'm at this. They've got this little machine in the Sainsbury's, yeah, that makes you like freshly squeezed orange juice. And the reason why this is an adult thing is because I'm looking at this machine, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't get enough fucking vitamin C. I'm always just drinking Coke all the time. I need some goddamn vitamins in me.
And he doesn't mean Coca-Cola either. That's really bad for him.
I just mean cocaine.
It's really bad for him.
I must drink like 2 or 3 cans of Coke a day. I drink loads of Coke. I need to stop actually, but I'm still looking at it like I'm gonna drink some of this fucking freshly squeezed orange juice. So you pick out like a size bottle for it, and I picked the biggest one. I stuck this bottle underneath it, and I press this button, and it squeezes these oranges in front of you because they're like in a big basket on top, and they fall into the machine, and then the machine grinds them up, and it goes into your bottle. So as these oranges are going in, one of the oranges falls out, and it falls out of this basket and onto the dirty floor. And I sort of look at it and go, all right, okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen with that now. And this girl...
One sec, Judd. Callum's saying, got to go, you have no PP, good luck with your stream, go whip some kids, bye. Okay. And Linda the Panther's just complaining about rent. Yeah, okay. Nice. Like brilliant state of the world.
So this fucking orange falls on the floor. This orange falls on the floor.
I don't know why. I found that so funny. I just thought you meant, like, someone who's really tanned.
So Trump falls on the floor. No, so this orange falls on the floor, and there was this girl that was stood next to me, and she picks it up and she puts it back in the basket and gives me this sort of like cute, coy smile, like that's okay, I've got it, don't worry about it, and then moves on. And I actually felt myself get really angry. Like I got really angry, and I almost went, oh, no. That was just on the floor, you stupid bitch. That's gonna go in somebody's drink now. Like, I almost proper popped off at her. I could feel it. I was starting to shake, actually. This is how Karens are created, right? Yeah.
We always, adults have to go around bottling up a bunch of just annoying shit that they can't do anything about because they don't want to do anything about it. They just want to just be left alone, but they're never left alone, and they have to deal with all of this annoying crap. So it all just gets built up and bottled up. Then someone tries to be kind by replacing an orange in a basket, and you flip out and go, "What are you doing? That's been on the floor!"
I did almost just go fucking sick at her.
That's why Karens do what they do.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, obviously you're not going to get corona on the bottom of your shoe, but you know, even with all this COVID shit going around, or just you know, somebody might have stepped in dog shit or something. They might have been walking around Sainsbury's or something. You just put that orange back in the basket. It's not affected me because my drink was basically done, and that orange weren't going to go anywhere near my drink. But somebody's had a shitty orange in their drink now because of trying to be fucking kind to the silly bin.
I know, and I've got a theory about this of why I get it maddens me, stuff like that, because I notice like 100 different things like that every day, and it's maddening, but it takes me forever to get into, and I've got into it with many therapists over the years to try and cure my depression, but you know, that's a podcast for you. Time to end the podcast. Thanks for that. The stream will continue, don't worry, but the podcast will stop. It's been a wild ride, that podcast, I can tell you that. But next time, I'm sure we will find some other WikiHow article to look at, and we're going to discuss, like, memes throughout the ages. Now, that's a good title. That's a good-ass title. Right, We're off. Say bye, Judd.
Bye, Judd.
Oh, what a joke. What a joke.